Alright, hi guys. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can plot more than one trial at once. So let's say you just made a graph that only shows you the height of a plant with no water or no sun. What if you wanted to draw a graph that compares no water, no sun with some water, some shade, and more water and full sunlight? You wanted to plot all of these on one-to-one graph. Let's go ahead and try that out. So you should already have this filled out. You're going to go back to the Excel bar sheet right here. You should have this here. Let's go ahead and fill out the rest of the data. So let's start with this column right here. We're going to focus on this middle column of data. So this is the height of the plant with 10 milliliters of water and some shade. On 12/15, this plant was at 0. The next day, 12/16, this plant grew 0.5 inches. Let's go put 0.5. And then the next day, the 17th, it was still at 0.5. So it's right here, we're going to put 0.5. And then on 12/18, it was at 1 inch. So right here, we're going to put 1. Okay? And click on Choose as Y. Now let's do this part of the data table. This is the plant with 20 milliliters of water in full sunlight. On 12/15, there was 0. 12/16, there was 1. 12/17, there was 1. And 12/18, there was 2 inches right here. So 2 here. For this one, let's also choose as Y, because this is going to be the y-axis. Now, we do not want to call these trial 1, trial 2, trial 3, because that is not what's going to tell these 3 parts apart. These are not 3 separate trials. There are 3 different variables. So let's go ahead and rename these. Click on the arrow. Click on rename. We're going to call this plant with no water and no sun. That's what it is here. This one right here. Okay, let's go over. This one right here is rename. It's called plant with 10 milliliters of water and some shade. Plant with 10 milliliters of water and some shade. And this one, this last one, okay, scroll over, click the arrow, click on rename. This one is plant with more water, 20 milliliters of water and full sunlight. Plant with 20 milliliters of water and full sunlight. There we go. Alright, so now we have that. Go ahead and click on the line plot button again. Okay, and what that does, it's going to give you a graph that looks like this. Okay, so you can see it's showing you the differences between the 3 plants. So there's a legend here. This one's the one with little light, no water, 10 milliliters of water, some sun, and this one is with full sun, 20 milliliters. And you can see the benefits of doing all 3 graphs at once is you can compare them very easily. Just from looking at this graph, you can tell that this green line right here is higher than the other 2 lines. So this one grew more than these 2, okay? That's really hard to tell just by looking at this data table. Graphs are very visual and they're much easier to understand data once you graph. Okay, we're not done with this set of data. Let's go ahead and give it a title. Now, this graph is showing us the height of bean plants with different amounts of water and sunlight. So let's go ahead and put height of bean plants with different amounts of water and sunlight. When you title your graphs, it's very important that you capitalize each word. That's except for the ands and the ofs. There you go. Let's label our y-axis. The y-axis here is showing us the height of the plant in inches. So we'll put height of plant. And in parentheses, we're going to put inches. Okay, because we can't tell what number this means. But once you put in parentheses inches, we know that this is 1.5 inches, this is 2 inches, okay? And then for the x-axis, we're going to go ahead and put the date. And that's it. And there you have a beautiful graph that shows you your data. Go ahead and click on share. I would like for you to save this, and you're going to go ahead and email it to me.